Hi everyone, I'm here to share with you some modifications that I made to the hydrogen drum machine. As many of you already know, it's an open source drum machine project available on a couple of different platforms. I needed a way to be able to explore Euclidean rhythms in the context of a more evolved drum machine or sequencer application, and it seemed like hydrogen was a good choice. And just briefly, a Euclidean rhythm is a sequence of events, in this case notes, spread out over some duration of time. So this modification allows you to create a Euclidean pattern on whatever instrument you have selected. So in this case, when you click on an instrument that has a pattern, this Euclidean panel appears, which shows you the length of the pattern in eighth notes and the number of notes in the pattern. So in this case, it's 7/8 with five notes in the pattern. And the alignment can basically skew that pattern to different points in time within this 7/8 note duration. So what I have here for this demo are two fairly simple patterns. And again, notice that if you click on the instrument, it'll tell you the properties of that pattern. In this case, it's slightly skewed. The stick is slightly skewed, and you can see that moving that control will move the start of the pattern to a different position in that duration, in the 5/8 duration. And just altering the alignment of any given pattern, instrument pattern, can dramatically affect the feel of that pattern. So in order to add another instrument pattern, you simply you control and then left mouse click anywhere on any given instrument to create a new pattern. And when you do that, this panel will change to reflect the properties of the new pattern. So here I've added this low tom, and notice that this has changed. There's only one note. That's the default. It's length of 5/8 with one note. So I could change this to anything. 3. I'll change it to 3 for this example. 2, I guess. So what happens is over this span, I should probably say that each of these individual patterns will play, and your result will be a polymeter of some sort. I mean, in this case, the length is 3/8 for the tom, and the rest of these are 5/8. Notice here they're 5, a length of 5/8 notes. So what'll happen is, as this pattern starts playing, the individual patterns will repeat based on an effort to reset back to 1, where they're all essentially lined up, or lined up in the context of what you see here on the screen. So in other words, as this is playing, as the 5/8 is playing, when the 3/8, which is also playing, gets to the end, it cycles back around. Okay, so the total in this case, the lowest common multiple is going to be 15, because that's how many eighth notes it's going to take for this to line back up to 1 again. So we should be able to see that as it's playing. Notice the marker just continues, and that's because it's playing. And if we played this in the song context, you're going to see the same thing with this, with the song marker. It'll show you that it's going to play a duration of 15 eighth notes, or 3 times through this. So let's see what that looks like. You saw that, right? So now this one, which is a slightly more complex pattern, consists of 7/8, 9/8. I think this one's 9/8 too. So it's going to be 7 bars of 9 before it recycles. This one's currently playing this one, and then it starts here. Now it's back to that. So from this point on, it's going to play 7 bars of 9 until this gets back to the start of the pattern. Okay, so we're just going to start with a clean slate, and I'll show you how fairly easy it is to build patterns with this feature. I'll start off with a kick and drop the resolution down. So again, I'm going to control, left click, and then I'm going to select my duration. In this case, just pick 11, 11/8, and 5. And 9, I guess. We'll do 5 as well. Okay. See what this sounds like. Okay, so one thing I want to point out is that you're not necessarily limited to this value of the number of notes in the pattern. You can edit this however you choose. They're just like regular, hydrogen. There are hydrogen events. So they can be, you can add them, you can delete using the normal editing tools in Hydrogen. So pretty much at this point, I'd like some feedback if anybody has any ideas on how I can improve this for the user. I'd like to hear them. And I should also mention that at some point when all the bugs are worked out of this, not that there are that many, but it's still beta. So once it's a little more stable, I'm going to either publish a patch, or I'm going to find some way to make it available to the community to use. I'd also like to mention that I think for the next feature of this Euclidean generator, I would like to probably provide the ability to configure a particular note in the global pattern to act as a trigger for one of the predefined subpatterns, either within that global pattern or perhaps within another one, or trigger an entire different global pattern while this one is still in transport. So and the criteria for triggering that could be configurable. It could be a once event in the entire duration of the pattern. It could be random. It could be anything. So I think that might be a good feature to have. So thanks for watching and listening, and keep an eye out for the next video. Thank you.